Alright folks, this is going to walk you through how to use the pre-made assets that exist in Adobe Animate to create a more complex animation scene. We're going to start with a regular HD preset, but we want to go to the window labeled Assets, because inside of there are animated characters and static characters that you can then animate yourself, and also backdrops and other things you can use to create a scene while you're still learning the ins and outs of Animate. So I'm going to start by going and hitting Control N to make a new scene. Again, I think HD is probably good enough for our purposes. A 12 frame per second frame rate is the default. I would definitely stick with that unless you have a reason to go higher. Alright, so let's look at the assets. If you don't see the assets on the window on the right hand side, you can switch to one of the different viewers. You know, it looks like it's still up but not prominent in the Essentials view. So you click on Assets up here, or if you don't see it anywhere, you can look for it under Window Assets, and that should pop it right up. Alright, so we have a couple of different menus here. We have animated assets, static assets, and even sound clips. Okay, so let's unpack the animated assets and the static assets to see what we have. Maybe I'll set the scene by grabbing a static background. We'll grab this kind of wintry thing. I'll drag and drop it into the scene, select it, and press the letter Q so I can free transform it. That will let me move and resize, but it just so happens that this scene fits perfectly with HD, so that's good. I'm going to rename this layer BG for background. All right, now I need to make another asset. I'll look and see. We have characters, props, background. I'm going to go ahead and look at just characters. All right, the macaw, he would look a little out of place in a winter wonderland, but that's okay. Maybe I'll get the green bird or the running dragon or the little walking cat. I'm going to drag and drop the walking cat onto here, and you'll notice it gives the walking cat its very own layer. That's very good for us. So I'm just going to leave the cat here for the moment. I'm going to pick one more thing. Maybe I'll have a snowboard jump. Alright, we'll drag that guy in there. And that snowboard jump then ends up on its own layer. So I'm going to save my scene. I'll call it Asset Animation Test. All right, now in order to see what this video actually looks like, I need to press Control Enter. So that is testing the scene that we made. So it's going to play back for me. All right, the cat is walking and the snowboard is like flying off the screen. So I need to make some changes to where these things start out. All right, I'm going to put the snowboarder behind the cat by rearranging the layers. Maybe I will scale the snowboarder down. Scale it down, and move it. So it's going to look like it's boarding elsewhere. Ooh, look at that. It's just kind of flipping through the scene. And maybe I want to add some motion to my walking cat. So I may have a keyframe. Maybe I'll go out to like, I don't know, 4 seconds, and I'm going to press the F5 key. That's going to extend the timeline from 0 all the way out to 4 seconds. Now let's have the cat walk across the screen. So I will hit F6 to make a keyframe, move the cat across the screen, and then in between these two black dots, those are our keyframes. I'm going to right click and do Create Motion Tween. And that's going to change the, I guess I have to have a motion tween on here. So let me create a motion tween there. Test it. Let's see, is he walking? No, he's not moving across the screen. So I'll try that again. I will clear that keyframe. All. Okay. Clear or remove frame. All right. Press F5. Oh boy, now that extended it too much. Just want to add one more frame. Good. And then I'll hit Q to transform, move it across. All right, so now it's going to slowly walk across. So this is a change from the last time I used Animate. They want you to set your motion tween up first before you start adding any other keyframes. And you'll see here, it looks like there is a diamond representing that position. So if I want to have my cat start off kind of low and outside the screen, I can then move it up to make it look like he's kind of walking up that hill. And then the snowboarder, let's have him jump one time. Let's see how that looks. Control S to save, Control Enter to test the movie. Nice. All right. So one extra thing that I'll show you, if you have a certain color to the scene, you can ask the different objects to have different tints. So I'm going to go to Properties. Okay. Let me expand this window. Let me click on the snowboarder. The snowboarder currently doesn't have any color effects under his properties, but I could ask him to be tinted, maybe slightly blue, slightly green. Ooh, maybe I'll make him look like he's almost like a silhouette. Not totally, but almost. So tint about 50%. And then the cat, I'm going to want the cat to be a little bit color affected as well. So let me try advanced. I think that's going to let me adjust colors for all sorts of things. So let's tint him a little bit blue. Good. I know what I like about that is the cat then kind of looks like it belongs in this wintry landscape. All right, so I'm going to save my scene. And since I know the motion is right, I just wanted to add those color changes. Now I'm ready to export an animated GIF file. Now I can export it fully at the HD size, but you can also type in any number you want. If I wanted to do a 640 by 360 animated GIF version, it's not going to change anything about my actual file. It's just going to make the animated GIF a little smaller. So let's save that to the downloads folder. Sure. All right. Now I should be able to go over to my handout. And I'm going to go to, and you guys will obviously be doing this in your digital sketchbooks. I'm going to upload from my computer. I think I put it in the downloads folder. Yep, there it is. I'll upload my asset animation. And there it is. So that's showing how you can turn in your work and also how you can tinker with and change the sizes of some of these things that come in the Animate program to get you used to working on the timeline, adding different keyframes, changing the scale, free transforming, all those sort of things. And then when you feel up for it, you'll be able to grab some of the static characters that exist and try adding your own animation to their various body parts. All right, so make sure you see it. Aim for about 3 to 5 seconds. And you want to have a background and like 2 pre-animated characters in your scene. And that's all we're looking to do for this one, folks. All right, good luck.